friend of Mark, Sanford, just calling to find out if she will be voting for Mark on Tuesday. Can we count on her support?
Hi. How are you? Good.
This week, voters in South Carolina's 1st Congressional District will decide who will represent them in Washington, former South Carolina Governor Mark Sanford or businesswoman Elizabeth Colbert Busch. As the election approaches, both campaigns are working to get out the vote and convince constituents their candidate is the one for the job. Sanford did not hold any public events on Sunday, but his volunteers still worked the phones. Colbert Busch went door to door after appearing with Democratic Congressman Jim Clyburn. Officials with both parties expressed confidence in their pick's chances.
Quite honestly, the best candidate is Mark Sanford. And his policies are sound, his track record on tax issues is sound, his track record with getting business to this state is sound. So, I think he's the best candidate. And Ms. Busch, quite honestly, has not said, she hasn't stated any policies. She just said she knows how to get jobs or grow employment, but she hasn't said how.
I do believe that she has an excellent chance of winning. I know how high that hill is to climb. I know what the results were in that election, in the last election. But she's worked hard, she's been performing well, and the party infrastructure is really up for this. So I have high hopes that she'll be successful.
Being a special election, it's going to be a low turnout, so it's which candidate can energize the base and get them out to the polls. So that's a unique situation, and Governor Sanford is working really hard and talking to all elements of the Republican base and speaking to independent voters as well and saying, which direction do you want to go? Do you want to be a country that lives within its means and reduces our deficit and pays down the debt, or do we want to keep spending? He says we can't spend our way into prosperity.
In this situation, the stars aligned, and we were fortunate enough to get as an opponent Mark Sanford, who is just a flawed candidate, but he's typical of the Republicans that are here in South Carolina in leadership positions. They're ethically challenged. And then we got the best of the best in terms of a candidate, Elizabeth Colbert Busch, who has a business background, who has a story that is just amazing, where she's had trials and tribulations, and she's just a real person. And so, you bring all those elements together, and we have the South Carolina 1 congressional race where we are on the cusp of making history in the state and taking back that seat for the first time in 20, 30 years for a Democrat.